In the light, we are united but also unique. So many people in today's society are highlighting the light of others but yet hiding their own light, keeping it deep within, repressing it and not letting it shine through. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be different. If you have ever tried being normal for one day, you know that sucks. It sucks being normal. It's a lot more fun to be a weirdo. It's a lot more fun to be unique. There's something very special about being yourself. When you are yourself, you don't feel any need for any external validation or anything materialistic to make you happy. You're able to be alone but yet feel accompanied because you're with yourself. And when you're with yourself, you realize that you're a lot more fun than you thought. And it's when you find yourself that you can truly feel happy without seeking any external validation and materialistic thing to fill up that void that you have finally filled up with yourself. Everything that you seek outside of yourself, you seek as a stimuli to activate an emotion within that you want to feel. But that emotion comes from you, which means that whatever you seek without, you actually already have within. So many people seek happiness through external factors that they have been taught since they grew up to be the way to reach happiness. Oftentimes when we think about what's gonna make us happy, we often have these set images within what's gonna make us happy, these attachments. We imagine cars, houses, fame, money, status, a nice physique, whatever it is. We are looking outside of ourselves to find these things because we think that these things are gonna make us happy. But when we get to these things, we realize that there was a lot more fun imagining, entertaining these thoughts than actually having them. The devil within, the beast within, always wants more. No matter how much you give it, it will always want something more, and it always has these pretty good reasons, or they sound pretty good because it's the ego talking. The ego is deceiving you into thinking that you have to have it. It always has these very good reasons to have more. And as we become aware of these thoughts, we are able to observe them and identify them, and then we are able to make decisions based on reason and logic. We're able to imagine ourselves already having it and then thinking, what would I do if I already have it? Oh, that's right, I would do what makes me happy, because then I would be relieved of this desire of having it. This is why I don't fully agree with people that say you should stop playing video games and come out into the real world, because what is the real world? It's all about the perception of reality. If you are able to find satisfaction from a video game, then who am I to tell you to stop? I am here to tell you to do what you love. And don't let anyone stop you from doing what you love. Don't let anyone else tell you how to live your own life. As long as you're not hurting anyone, then what's the big deal? If being rich in a video game makes you feel rich, then what's the point of having $1 million? Why do you want $1 million? To feel rich? Okay, you can get that emotion from playing a video game. There you go. Some people feel rich having $1,000 and some need $1 million to feel rich. It's all based on perspective. Change your perception of reality and you can feel whatever you want. As above, so below. As within, so without. Whatever you believe that the inside manifests itself on the outside, we could agree on that if we feel good within, our perception of the physical world will change. The physical reality is like a canvas filled with paint. Its meaning is based on the observer's perception. If you make someone look at the color blue, then some people are gonna feel happy and some people are gonna feel sad. It's all based on perception. And the physical reality is a stimuli to the spiritual, which is the mind. And the emotional response will be based on the perception we have of the reality presented to us. There's a lot of light in this world, but at the end of the day, we choose what light to focus on. And we also have a lot of light within us, and we choose what light we want to present to the world. Make sure that light is your true self. Shine bright like the star you were born to be. Be the light in somebody else's darkness. Show them the potential of themselves. Help them open up so they can show the world who they truly are, an amazing human being. Help them see their own greatness so that they can show their greatness. If someone is filled with infinite love but repressing it, help them see that truth and they will put out infinite love into the universe. We are all one with the universe. We are all playing an equally important role in it. You are one with an infinite universe with infinite amount of possibilities. You never die. You were never born. You were always here, and you were always here to do great things, and you're gonna continue to do great things for an eternity. You shine bright because you are a star in this universe. There are different ways of shining. You can shine spiritually, physically, or emotionally. And as you shine in one way, you will shine in all ways. As you shine spiritually, you're gonna shine emotionally, and you're gonna act in that way. And you're gonna shine physically as well. People are gonna see that light, and they are gonna be illuminated and inspired. Higher dimensions can be experienced through changing your perception of reality. You are already living in higher dimensions. It's just that you don't have the perception of these higher dimensions. As you open up to seeing the world in a different way, that means that you are seeing the world in a different dimension. You are seeing it in a way you have never seen it before, which means that you have opened yourself up to a new higher dimension. Higher dimensions aren't necessarily to be seen, they are about being experienced and understood. The difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing that they're there, and then wisdom is understanding them. That is when you are able to experience them. There are certain things you cannot touch and measure, but you know they're there. Kinda like infinity. You cannot touch it, you cannot measure it, but you know it's there and you're able to feel and experience it. It's the kind of emotion that is unexplainable. When you experience the emotion of infinity for the first time, your mind is completely blown. How you're supposed to explain this kind of emotion? It's almost like it's a higher dimensional emotion. And it is. It is a portal to a higher dimension. Experiencing infinity is like experiencing a higher dimension. Before I start reading a book, I like to imagine how will my life change after reading this book? How will my perception of reality be changed? Will it change a lot? Will it barely change at all? Or maybe I will be open up to something completely new that I wouldn't ever have thought about if I didn't read that book. Everyone is like a book. They are filled with a lot of information and a perception of reality that's unique. And because of this, we can learn from everybody. Everyone has a story to tell, and somebody out there will benefit from that story. Everyone is a source of light, a source of wisdom, a source of illumination. So many in today's society look at themselves and think they are nothing special. They're just a speck of dust in the universe that doesn't matter at all. And what they don't realize is that to someone they are an inspiration. When we look back to when we were kids, then we'll be reminded of how most of the kids, including ourselves, looked up to the older kids. We did exactly what they did, and so did they to the older kids before them. So when we grew up and became the older kids, then we didn't think about how our actions would affect the younger ones. We just thought that nobody saw us and our actions didn't matter. Without realizing it, a lot of kids were looking up to us. We all have a great impact on someone that we don't know about. We all matter in some way. And besides, we are made of matter, so that means that we do matter. If you didn't matter, you wouldn't exist. You might believe that you're nothing special, that your life sucks and that you have nothing to be grateful for, but in reality you have a lot to be grateful for. It's just that you focus too much on the negativity in your life, and somebody out there would probably love to switch place with you. When you find the light within yourself, you will realize how much you have to be grateful for and how lovely life can be. You will also realize how much of an impact you can have on this world. How people hundreds, even thousands of years ago are still leaving their mark on this world. Still inspiring people today. And this could also be said for self-improvement, where you make a small change every single day, and then in the future that will become a massive change. And when you know that something small can have such a massive impact on the future, what about these small talks that you have throughout the day? What kind of an impact do these have on your mood? Are they a habit? Or are they just something that you think now and then? And what if it's just something that comes up every now and then? That's no big deal, right? But what if it over time becomes a habit? The more you think about something, the more it becomes a part of you. Oftentimes these talks are a reflection of our subconscious mind. It's a reflection of the self-image we have of ourselves and our life. So when we put these talks into action, now they become real. This becomes evidence of you actually caring about these talks. If it's just a thought, you could just let it go. But since you actually believe in it, now you're putting it into action. And the more you focus on something, the more it grows. Since our actions are greatly based on our subconscious, we can become aware of our actions and get a greater understanding of ourselves and our subconscious mind. We will then see the light which we are focusing on, and we can then decide if we actually want to focus on that light and put that light into action. We can purify ourselves of negativity and become who we truly are. The best change comes through action. As you begin doing what you love, you'll feel a bit of resistance. But through action, you can change your subconscious mind so that you're able to do what you love without resistance and you become free. So find your light and be who you're meant to be.